in pursuit of justice.
Last known location is out on VOD and digital this Friday. All right, coming up, Knots Landing is celebrating its 45th anniversary. We have the cast next.
Look at ladies!
Shh, Angel. What's this all about?
Well, your babies were adopted illegally.
It is hard to believe, but it's been 45 years since Knots Landing premiered and continued for 14 wonderful years.
Oh, I remember. Joining us now are the stars Donna Mills, Michelle Lee, and Joan Van Ark. Welcome, ladies. Ladies, congratulations. 45th anniversary of the show. I remember so many things vividly about that when I was a kid. Why do you think it remains so iconic?
You know, I think the storylines, people identify with them. They see themselves in this cul-de-sac and where people live, actually do things, you know. And people have remained fans all these years. It's showing.
I'm sorry.
It's finally showing, streaming on Plex. I don't know if I can say that.
Sure.
And people are just going for it. They're watching like all 14 years all at once.
Oh, yeah, we're going to binge that.
Awesome.
Well,
So every other day you see us getting another year older and another year older.
Just like life.
and to be more and more fabulous. And what I love, you three are friends off screen, too. How close are y'all? Do we have a group text going on?
We're closer. I think we're closer now than we even had time for, other than some of the social and publicity things. But
Except they still hate me.
yeah.
That's a good thing.
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? I mean, come on. But we do see each other and do various shows and dinners and this, that, and the other, and it's always great.
We keep in contact also. More important, I mean, they're phone calls. It's not just meet me.
That's great.
On the
With
corner.
You're true friends.
And Joan, I know a big storyline was when your twins were kidnapped. Tell me about the famous athlete that surprised you with being obsessed with the show.
Oh, well, I'm thinking Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
But Kareem, it was a party in honor
all
of
Lakers.
Kareem, who was having a record or recording something or other premiering, and I have a picture at my office at home, you know, looking at Sky High Kareem and talking with him. But Magic came up and was like a crazy, wonderful, and I'm looking at this basketball player that's legendary and always will be, and he's saying, I can't miss an episode. I know that when I recorded Estee Lauder voiceovers, when I went to New York, they would not record with me the Estee Lauder perfume and products, and they would say, we're going to record, don't worry, and it was 2 days worth of recording. But they said, but please, what's going on Dallas?
What's going on?
What is next? What is happening? So,
Well, I love that
Say
Magic
Dallas.
wanted to know what
No, but it
happened
was
with the
nice.
kidnapping. And Don, is it true that the writers wanted you to be the one that kidnapped, and you were kind of like, enough is enough?
that's too. Yeah, that's too.
Absolutely. They did. They thought that would be really good if it was Abby that kidnapped the twins.
Well, I did too, actually.
Yeah, well, no. But I went into them, I said, okay, if you don't want me on the show anymore, you go with that storyline, because the audience will never forgive me for that.
Yeah.
And I don't think Abby would do it. Abby's a mother. She would not do that.
Yeah. Gotta have boundaries at some point.
Yeah. And,
Yes.
and so they pulled off of that and had somebody else do it.
So, but
Michelle-
when they brought the twins back, that scene was at our house, but Karen was there, Michelle was there, and that became, I think, one of the #1. There was a time, it was either the clip that we just saw with the hair out to Christmas morning.
That was great. That was like a masterpiece. I love that scene right there.
Did you say look like an African?
No, I said that was like a masterpiece.
No, wait a minute. But the only time that Knots was #1 on all the, prime time.
Was a time I had a storyline.
Yeah.
She knows. No, she knows where I was going. We've done so many interviews. She knows
Michelle,
but
funny that you bring that
no,
up.
it was
It was
number one.
It was
I'll
number
let
one
her
when the
say
twins
that.
got sent back. And
Got
Julie,
it.
Yeah.
Very good.
I think.
Well, what do you remember about the infamous Pollyanna speech?
Oh, yeah, Michelle.
Everybody always talks about the Pollyanna speech that I had. It was one of the most wonderful things that we saw on Knots Landing. They didn't laugh.
No, we know.
Anyway,
We're with you. We're with you.
You left me hanging.
Yeah,
I thought
we're
there was a
waiting.
continuation.
I
Yes.
was waiting for it. Anyway,
Dumbstruck.
the Pollyanna speech, which everybody always talked about, was a speech where she's saying that she wished she was or could be a Pollyanna again, that everything had changed so much. She wanted to go back to when everything was, and couldn't we all say that?
Sounds like
where
right now.
everybody, right?
Yeah, it
and
sounds
so
like
I went
now.
through
Yeah,
the
it's
speech,
just-
and it was really great. And then after it was over, cut, and I heard.
Who's doing that?
And I looked up, and one of the gaffers had fallen asleep.
You know what? He had a long night. He was riveted.
He was captivated.
Captivated. Ladies, I also loved your wardrobes were spectacular. Is it true you would go to Neiman Marcus and just get to pick out what you saw for your characters?
Well,
Yes.
not Valine. She was in.
No, I did.
Yeah,
I
this
spent
one.
at least one
And
day a
this one,
week at
too.
Neiman's.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. On their money. It was so great.
That's like Christmas every week.
How fabulous.
Oh, look
Right?
at that.
It was great.
Look at that.
Yep.
And Donna, what can you tell us about your upcoming role on Dr. Odyssey?
Well, talk about clothes. I have some of the most fabulous clothes in the show. I can't tell you the storyline because I've been
Sworn to see.
yes, but it's a really fun episode, and I loved doing it. It was really fun.
Michelle, what's going on with your book?
Pardon me?
Your book?
Oh, yes, I've written 2 books, one of which
Yeah.
I told you I've been writing.
Yeah.
One of which will be. It's because I don't work anymore. So I write. No, actually.
That's work.
About 5 years ago, I decided I wasn't going to work anymore. That's true. People were crying.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did. The book that's coming out first is called A Penis is as Plain as the Nose on Your Face.
It's just.
And under that,
Is that a romance
it's
novel?
called
Yes, of course. A love story.
Page Turner.
Untying the Knots.
Okay.
Very good. Play on
You
words
had me
there.
at hello. We are in for that.
Anyway, that's the first one.
Looking forward
I
to
won't
that.
tell you the second one until I'm real close.
Okay. Well,
can't wait for even the title.
Congrats on that. And Joan, I know you're returning to the stage. Congrats on that. What are you going to be doing?
I saw that, but not really the stage, but where I started when I was 14 years old was at the Elitch Gardens Theater in Colorado, in Denver, Colorado.
That's the stage?
On stage, yes,
Yeah.
that one. Okay, so
Yes.
that was the very first theater appearance, and I remember Arthur Hill played my father, who has about 5,000 Tonys, or did have, and a very fine actor, and he played my father. But at the dress rehearsal, 14 years old, first, big, wonderful assignment, I heard my cue, and I was backstage behind a flat trying to quickly change in and come out with my changed wardrobe on. And I heard my cue, and I thought, oh, my God. And I went right, and, an actress is never late when the cue comes and it's time for her entrance. So I burst out there in a bra and panties, that's all. And luckily,
that.
it was just a first-run dress rehearsal. But I was not, I've got to be the pro, ever the pro, and jump almost through the window, almost stark naked.
Wow.
But the crew and everybody applauded and said, so I guess they liked
Yeah,
what
they weren't snoring at that one.
Yeah,
Consummate
they
professional.
liked what they saw.
Ladies, congratulations on everything. Thank you so
Great
much
to
for taking
see
the time.
all three of you.
Listen, you can check out Knots Landing 45th anniversary stream on Plex. We'll be right back. See Plex.